Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night. Should I give up, or should I just keep chasing it? Listen. Should I, or should I just keep chasing it? Good night. I'm gonna wait a couple of seconds just to see who is actually up, because this is the latest I've ever jumped on live stream. It's literally 11:30. I was out almost all day, up and down, doing a lot of stuff, but I still wanted to come on here and actually do a look still. So I hope you guys are going to be it would not be me if I don't drop something. It would not be me at all. You gotta do me a favor. Can you pass me the rev in the freezer, please? I forgot to take it out. I forgot to take it out. So guys, tonight look is going to be Joker inspired look doing tonight. I do have on like a Patty City wig, so don't come for my wig. Is all about the aesthetic and whatever. So don't come for my wig. Telling you guys that from now. We're gonna jump into my water activated liner, and this is going to be in the dark green. And basically we are going to be covering our brows actually green. Okay. Should I give up? Should I just keep chasing? And a bit of a liner earlier on today. I had to change my my contacts as well. Should I? Thank you. Just keep chasing. Shoot out.
Outside, nice. You know? The temperature nice outside or whatever. It's chili.
You know, the Canadian weather is very bipolar.
But we kind of cook chili, but
Not
too
as
chili.
bad, yeah.
Only when the wind blow.
Hello, guys. Welcome in. This is a late stream tonight. Later than normal. We're just getting the brows together. Welcome in. We're using a water activated liner to do our brows tonight. So I look a little bit thick. A little bit thicker than I would like. But we can always go in and clean it up. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. We're gonna be doing a Joker inspired look tonight. Yeah, that's the vibe I have on my shirt. Hi darling, welcome in. I have on my little shirt. We're gonna get really creative. We're not gonna do too much. Note what I say, we're not gonna do too much and then I end up doing a whole lot of. But I'm gonna try to curve myself as much as I can to control this makeup look tonight and not go too apeshit and do too much stuff. Hi darling, welcome in. Thank you guys for the 2 likes. I really appreciate it. We're gonna jump into our MAC concealer palette, and we're gonna jump into the lighter shade. We're gonna use our flat tip brush. No, we're not gonna use our flat tip brush. We're gonna use our iron spoolie and we're gonna scoop out some of that lighter shade like that. Just scoop out a good amount. And we're gonna use that to further highlight our underbrows. For this look, we're gonna be using a lot of purple. So I want the purple to really come through. So we're gonna be very intentional in how we're placing down our concealer. Patching and bringing the excess down. Just like so. Just like that. I have on my fighters tonight. We're gonna go into a flat tip foundation brush and we're just gonna pat that into the skin. Hello, welcome in. How are you? Thank you so much for coming in and talking. I know this is a late stream, but we do makeup over here. If you're liking the content so far, just tap the screen, show YouTube that your girl is out here doing her big one. I really appreciate it. And say hi to me. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, now that we blend this out, you guys can see it. It's really good now for the shadows that we're going to be using. We're going to be jumping to some Juvia's Place. because I really like that purple in the Juvia's Place palette. Give me 1 second. Let me grab her. It's supposed to be in this bag. Let me guess. It's right next to me. Waste my little energy. Alright. So we're going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. And also the Juvia's Place palette. So these are the two palettes we're going to be using tonight. I really love the purple that is in this Zulu palette, this purple right here. So we're going to give that some love. Yeah. So we're going to go. This is the look that we're creating tonight. Very purple, very smoky, very mysterious. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to jump for a flat tip brush just like this. It's a more dense, fluffy brush. And we're going to jump into that purple. With Juvia's Place, you know for a fact that it's going to be very, very pigmented. But I'm still going to place it where I want it. Just like so. And then I'm going to go in and blend it out when I'm done. Now for this look, we're going to do it cute. We're not going to make it be too grungy. It's going to have a little elements of grunge in it, but I'm not going to do it too grungy. I want it to be still cute, but also have that badass effect. We're going to be using foil paper. We're going to be using this to make our grill at the end because we need some grills, you know. We need some grills to pull the look together. So we're going to DIY some grills, really ghetto style, at the end. And all of that jazz. Hello, welcome in. Welcome in. Don't be afraid to say hi. Feels no way. Should I give up or should I just leave? Okay. I'm satisfied with how this color looks. We're gonna put down this because this is too dense. I want something that's a little bit more fluffy. So we're gonna go in with this Sephora 19 fluffy brush. I'm gonna take a little bit off of here. And what we're gonna do, we're going to soften the edges of this purple. Smoking it out ever so gently. And just blending that right up into that concealer. Just like so. We're gonna do that to the other side. As you can see, this looks very harsh. We don't want that. We want more of a soft blend. So that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna blend, 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 blend. Yeah, I like that. Let's blend out this other end. Just like so. Now, we're gonna take this same fluffy brush and we're gonna jump into a black. And I'm gonna be using the Makeup by Mario nude palette, and we're gonna jump into this dark black right here. And we're going to add that to our outer crease. We're creating this smoky cat eye effect. That's what we're going for tonight. So the black needs to be really black and kind of grungy. But still blended, still looking perfect. So let's just tap, tap, tap. I'm just tapping on the color first, and then I'm going to go in and blend. This is going to help you with symmetry as well. So I'm looking at the two sides of my eyes. And we're just tapping that black in, getting the pigmentation to where we want it. And then we're going to blend. So we're just putting down pigment now, and then blend later. Okay, now that I'm satisfied with that, as you can see, there's a lot of harsh lines between the purple and the black. We're gonna take care of that. Tap off the excess, and we're just gonna go circular motions right into that purple. And ever so gently, we're fading it in to that purple. And don't worry if you kind of lose the purple here. We can always going back with a little bit more purple to intensify the end. But for now, we're just gonna blend that black in. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend. And we're working inwardly, as you can see. And you see how soft that looks? We're gonna blend out the edges as well. Don't worry about that. We're just worried about the black right now and blending the black into the purple. Now, if you want your eyeshadow to look seamless, it's gonna be a lot of blending. Blending, 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 blending. You can't want seamless eyeshadow without blending, okay? So make sure you're blending. Take your time and blend. And I'm basically going like this, little small strokes, and I'm focusing it on the outer end, and I'm bringing it in, smoking it inwardly. Just like that. So we're smoking, 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 smoking it in. Just like that. We're gonna tap off that excess. We're gonna jump back in with the same fluffy brush. We're gonna jump back into that purple, taking up a good amount of that product, tapping it off. Let me leave that on my leg. And we're going on the edge, and we're gonna softly tap that into the edge of that black. Just like so. Blending it, blending it, blending it. We're gonna do that to the other side. Same concept, taking that purple at the top and just blending it, blending it, blending it. Yeah. I'm liking this blend. Just checking for symmetry, making sure that the two blends seamlessly together. Now, she doesn't have like a color on the inside, but I'm feeling that I want to put this green shade on the inside just to give it a little bit more vum. We're gonna go into this green shade. We're gonna take a flat tip brush just like this one, and we're gonna go in right in the inner tear ducts, and we're going to pull that back. We're gonna do that to the opposite side, just like that. And we're gonna pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Just like so. That is so cute. I really like that added green drama. And you're basically making a cut crease without actually doing all of the hard work of putting down a concealer or brushing it away with micellar water. You're basically making a cut crease without doing all of the work. The focus is just blending all of the colors together so that they can look seamlessly. Just like that. And just to add a little bit of razzle dazzle to the ends, I'm gonna add a little bit of purple. And we're gonna add that purple just at the end where the green and the black meet. We're gonna add just a little bit of that purple. Just like that. Just a little bit of razzle dazzle. Yeah. It likes that a lot, a lot, a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Very, very, very pretty. Very, very beautiful. Yeah. And not too much on my wig. I know it's not a lace front or anything like that, but for the look that we're going for, it's gonna make sense in the end. Trust me. I just need it out of my face so I can get the makeup done. And I'm really, really, really loving the eyes so far. The only thing that I'm going to be doing now is adding a black eyeliner, and I want to do this liner very, very big than normal because we want to give it more definition. Thank you so much for the 4 likes. Thank you. If you guys are enjoying the content, it's not going to kill you to tap the screen, okay? We have 14 of you guys in here. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Tap the screen. All right, we're gonna go in with our liner. And as I told you, I want this liner to be a little bit more thicker than normal because we want the drama. We want the drama, we want the smoke. So we're gonna take this liner very, very big and bold. Just like that. Let me just continue that on the other eye. This liner is coming to this end. And I saw them today, you know. It's a LA color liner. I really like this. It's really good. I got this from Dollar Tree, actually. I saw them today and I didn't pick up one. And I should have. Because it's a very pretty good liner. And for $1.25, you can't go wrong. Alright. Don't mind my nails, they're getting messed up with all of the foundation and all of the things. But how are you guys doing? How's you guys' weekend so far? Let me know down in the chat. It's 17 you guys in here. Say hi. I promise you I'm not gonna bite. I really do. I have no moderators in the building. Everybody's probably sleeping. kind of get away with this liner. It's thicker than the other one. So when that happens, you just go over to the other side and you kind of just make them look identical as possible. So I'm just adding a little bit more girth to the other liner. Okay. We're definitely going to add a little bit more razzle dazzle. I think we're gonna make this one where the eye kind of comes up there with the shadow. Do something to this eye over here. So for now, I think we are good with the shadow for now. We're gonna come back to the shadow and finish it up and put on some more razzle dazzle. But let's get into the complexion really quickly. Should we do lashes now? Should we do lashes now? I think we should. Now I got this new lash glue. It says waterproof. I got this from Temu. I tried it earlier today. It's not bad. I can't give you guys like my full opinion on it yet because I have not wear it long enough. But yeah, for now, it's doing what it needs to do. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. At all, at all, at all. Just putting glue on my two lashes one time so that I can clap them on and then we can continue with our base, basically. And for my under eye, my highlight, I'm gonna tell you guys now, it's going to be more lighter than normal because I want this bright under eye effect tonight. So we're gonna go all in with the highlighting under my eyes. So I'm telling you guys that from early. And because my nails are so long, I use my nails as my tweezer to help my lashes go on. So I'm just gonna look down and I'm gonna place my lash just like that. And then I'm gonna squeeze the base, adjust the edge, and then adjust the tail ducts area. You're trying to get it as close to your waterline as possible, your lash line, sorry, as possible, okay? I'm satisfied with that. I'm satisfied how it feels. Let's move on to the second one. Same thing. Grab it like this, look down, place. Adjust. If you guys are wondering, I did get this lashes from Shein. So very affordable lashes. And they don't look bad at all. Okay, lashes are done. Let's jump on to the complexion. Now, this is from, the concealer we're going to be using is from Hourglass, and it is in the shade Vanilla. And it's really light for my skin. So, ooh, I'm getting it all over my hands. Don't be shocked by the color at all. This is the color. And I told you guys our highlighter is going to be very, very bright tonight under our under eye, our nose bridge, right above here. These are all the places that we're going to be highlighting tonight. A little bit here. And just to be extra tonight, we're going to take a little here and a little there. And what we're basically doing here is kind of shaping our face and giving our face a facelift, technically. And this is going to make my face appear a little bit more sucked in, which that's the kind of vibe that I'm going for. 15 degrees in here, and I still have 4 lights. Anyways, I'm going to jump in to my concealer brush. This is from Sephora Collection, and it is the number 57. It's one of my favorite brushes. And we're going to just tap. Tap. Tap, 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 tap. And if you notice, I'm taking in that concealer all the way up high because I want to elongate my eyes and pull my face literally up to the ceiling by taking the concealer that far. We're going to be tap, 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 tap. We're going to jump into my favorite foundation brush. It's from the Sephora Collection, and it's the 99. And I'm just basically going to pat the rough edges. We're going to come down here. We're definitely trying to change the face structure by using highlight and contour, basically. And if you see how that is literally shrinking my face and let my face appear a lot more like that without me actually doing that. Tapping this right here. It's while in the tapping motion. We're going back here and we're tap, 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 tap. Tap, tapping. Going back in the inner corner. And we're just tapping. Tapping. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday night. You guys are really stiff crowd tonight. Like, you guys are just here watching. Nobody's talking to me, but that's okay. You guys are still here, so I appreciate that. You guys could have been somewhere else, but you're here. So for that, I say thank you. All right. Now that we have that done, we're going to jump into foundation, right? We're going to be using the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Foundation in the shade Rich Chocolate. Then we're going to jump into Fix FX foundation, and it's in 9N 120. right here. This is how it looks. I think they discontinued this one, so you probably might not get to purchase this. We're gonna jump into the House Labs, and all of these foundation, I'm taking one pump of each to make my my customized foundation. This is from the House Labs, and unfortunately, the name is not on here, but I can see 450 medium deep warm. 450 medium deep warm is what I'm seeing here. Yeah. So we're gonna put one pump of that. We're basically using 4 foundations to make a perfect foundation. Then last but not least, we're gonna be using the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation in the shade 4Y17. And I already have them mixed on my plexi right in front of me. And we're mixing that really, really well. I'm gonna take it with the spoolie, and we're gonna basically add it in the places that we did not highlight. So in these areas right here. Take it around the perimeter of our forehead, a little bit under here, under here, just like that. A little bit around the mouth area, just like that. Yeah. Okay. Now that we have that down, we're gonna jump into our brush, and we're gonna just tap that in. Right here, we blend that down to the décolleté. Blend, blend, blend. It's all in the flick of the wrist with the blending. And if you guys know, my décolleté is obviously here, and the complexion is the same complexion as my décolleté. My neck is not that dark, it's just that the light, sometimes the shadow makes it look a little bit more darker, but I think I'm very even throughout for the most part. We're just gonna tap, tap, tap that right into the skin. I feel as I'm leaving my little nose contour for last. We're just gonna tap over that. And now we're gonna take what left over on the brush and tap away that highlight. We want it to be there, but we don't want it to be front, stage, and center. We want it to still be there, but not as pronounced at all. All right. Jump back into our concealer. Brush. Hello. Welcome in. How are you doing? All right, we're gonna take a little bit more of that white concealer that we put down first, and you want to do your surgery. What type of surgery? Da-da-da, da-da. Oh, okay, congratulations. Hope that everything goes well for you. Okay, so for this part, I'm gonna leave the concealer there for a little bit, just because I want it to dry down a little bit more to give me more coverage. So I'm just leaving the concealer under my eyes, a little bit here, just to let it oxidize a little bit more, and then I will go in and blend it out, but I just want it to, you know, do what it needs to do. This is the look that we're going to be doing what we're doing tonight. I'm adding my own little spin to it, all that good jazz. We already finished the eyes for the most part. We're going to continue with everything else as soon as the complexion is done. And then we're going to move on to the fine details and all the glitz and the glamour, the red lip, all of that excitement. We're going to be doing that tonight. Now that I've let that set for a little bit, I'm going to jump into it a little bit of setting spray. And this is just going to help. This is just going to help the face blend and also let it last for a long time. If you want your makeup to last really, 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 really long, having setting spray in just different steps or different stages of your makeup will definitely help your makeup stay on longer. So I specifically like to put it on before I even do anything on my eyes or anything like that. Once I finish moisturize, prime, and all that good jazz, I put a setting spray to lock that moisture in. So just think of it as a barrier before you put on all the concealers, the foundations, all of that. Think of it like that. So that's what I did. Yeah, and then now that I'm finished with the highlighting, the contour, the foundation, concealer, I'm gonna spray it again to lock that down before I powder. After powdering, lock it down again, and then, yeah, just repeat the process. So now that I'm leaving this concealer under here for a little bit, we're gonna go in with that concealer brush, and we're just gonna barely tap that out, because as I told you, I want my under eye to really be the focus point, and I want it to stay bright like how it is right now. That's the look that we're going for tonight. Very, very over highlighted. That's the kind of vibe we're going for. We're gonna jump into our foundation. Thank you guys so much for the like. I have 5 likes so far. I've been on here for 43 minutes. I think we can do a little bit better than that, but I'm still grateful. I always have a lot of people watching me, but nobody be liking. Like, why not? Why treat me so bad? I don't understand it. Wee. I don't understand it. Alright. What we're doing. Okay. We're gonna use our setting powder. This is from Black Radiance, and this is how the powder looks like. We're gonna jump into puff, and we're gonna apply our translucent powder on our highlighted areas. And we're gonna be very generous with the powder. Very, very generous with the powder. We're not gonna play no games with the powder. We're gonna be very, 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 very generous with the powder. Because my nails are so long, I can't really feel the pressure unless I use my tippy tip of the nails. So I'm just basically working a little bit blind. But we are professionals, so we can get it done, get the job done. We're gonna put a little bit on our forehead, just like that. Powder, powder, powder. Powder, powder. Powder. And it's getting all over because my nails is a little bit outrageously long. We're gonna go here again. So everywhere that we highlighted, we're gonna go over with the powder and kind of just give our face a little bit more dimension. I consider my face very heart-shaped. So it's more like boom, like that. So sometimes I like to cut my cheeks like so. Kind of suck it down. Okay. Now that we have that down pack, the loose powder going everywhere. We're gonna jump into our all over powder, and this is from Black Opal, and it's the 700 deep. We're gonna jump into that right now. We're gonna jump into just a fluffy brush, just like this one. It has a little bit of an angle. We're gonna be using that to go everywhere that we did not put that highlighting powder, and just locking everything else in, just like that. Yeah, I like taking the excess and just rubbing down the neck. Now that we don't have much product on the brush, we're gonna gum over the highlight ever so gently, brushing away all of that excess powder. Under the eyes, brush, brush, brush that away. Brush, brush, brush. That away. I don't know what is going on right here. Anyways, now that we already brushed all of the excess powder off, as you can see on my face look very, very, very powdery. And why is because we just add so much powder to our face. We need to add a little bit of moisture to like kind of settle it and let it not look that powdery. But before we do that, we're gonna jump into bronzer. And we're going to bronze the face down. Hold on. Where did I put my bronzer? I'm looking for my bronzer. I'm looking for my bronzer. But since I don't know where my bronzer is right now, we're gonna jump back into the Makeup by Mario palette. And we're gonna jump in to these 4 shades right here. And we're gonna use that as our bronzer. Sometimes when you're in a pickle, you have to think fast and use whatever you have in order to make it work. So I'm just going in. And we're just kind of bronzing up the face. Going all of the high points. I have a bit of a forehead tonight, so we're gonna bronze that down so that we don't look like we have like a huge forehead or whatever. Let me pull the little wig up a little. Gonna use that bronzer all the way down. Like so, like that. Like that, like that. Take whatever excess left back over on the brush and just go down the nose. While we're at it, I'm gonna jump into this fluffy brush right here. Going into the darker shade right here. Tap, tap, tap. And we're going to make our nose very, very thin tonight. We're gonna go in a little bit more heavy on our nose contour tonight. Hi, darling. Welcome. Hope you're feeling better. God, I came on so late tonight, but I had to do what I gotta do. Yeah. This wig is hideous. I'm not gonna lie. But we're gonna make it do what I do. This closure thingy is taking me out. Okay. Now that we've done that, I think I want to go over one more time with our brows. I think I need to make it a little bit more defined. So we're going to jump back into the wash activated liner. One pump. I'm just going to go into that. And we're just going to add a little bit more definition into the brows. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. Better, 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 better. Okay, we're gonna jump into a setting spray. And let's just let's melt this makeup down. Let's melt this makeup down. Okay, perfect. I am loving everything now. Okay, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna be working on the upper brow. We need to make that extra eye look thingy majiggy. That like, I don't even know what to call that, honestly. But we're gonna use the black liner and we're gonna come like that. So, and then we're gonna we're basically making like a triangle. You start off small and then you can continue adding. Just like that. I'm gonna take it up just a tad bit more. Yes. Now we're gonna jump back into this palette right here. We're gonna jump back into that same purple shade. And we're basically going to finesse the edges. Just like so. Just like that. Also, we're gonna jump into this fake blood. I'm gonna spray it on my plexi. Gonna take the back of my brush and we're gonna just add that blood like substance right on the edge of that black. And the purple. Just like that. And then we're gonna jump back into that liner. And we're gonna basically repeat it, but we're gonna do it a little bit smaller. Down here. Kind of make it look, have to make it look a little symmetrical. Yeah. We're gonna jump back into that purple, and we're gonna use that purple, and we're gonna just smoke out the outer corners of that purple. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. And while we're at it, we're gonna smoke out the bottom lashes, well, the bottom under eyes for this eye over here. Just gonna smoke it out with the purple. It only makes sense for us to do it that way. She has the other eye smudge. Are we gonna smudge this eye? I probably don't think so. But we're gonna do something cool over there, so I can't wait. Yeah. We're gonna take the end of that stuff. We're gonna jump into that blood. And this blood is a blood that you can get from the dollar store if you live in Canada. Or you can get this from like a Dollar Tree store that they have. They always have fake blood every year when it comes around this season. I'm not using any kind of expensive blood tonight. We're going cheap and clean. That's the vibe for tonight. Definitely. It does leave a little bit of like a stain. And that's what we're kind of going for. Just having that little stain-like situation. If anything, if it doesn't stay that way, we can always go in with like red lipstick, something like that. Sorry, smudge it, and I will do exactly the same thing that I'm doing right now. Hold on, if I can find the red lippy. Okay, perfect. This one is from Fenty. And I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my wrist like that. It is so pigmented. We're gonna jump on to a lippy brush. And we're gonna go in. And we're just gonna add that red lipstick. And we're just gonna add a little bit more dimension to the ensemble. So you can definitely achieve this look at home using what you probably have already. You don't necessarily need to have the expensive things in order to recreate this look if you really want to. Alright, now that we added that red lipstick, as you guys can see, I'm just kind of adding it to the ends of my eyes here, just to add a little bit more drama, a little bit more vadavum vum to the eye. I really love this. This is so cute. Now, for the opposite eye, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump into our white water activated liner, which is OG, named after one of my really good friends. We're gonna jump into her and we're gonna be writing some stuff over here. Ooh. There's green on the brush, which we kind of don't want green to be in the brush, but we want the shirt to be a little bit tattered and bruised, so I'm going to use the excess, and we're going to do that. Alright, we're going to be writing a little bit of H's right over here. We're going to do that. And then it was H and one. An A. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just adding a bunch of H's and A. To the look. We're gonna add that with black as well. So I'm just trying to get all of the white out of the way, so that when we jump into the black, we don't dirty back up the white with the black, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna put a bunch of that coming down our décolleté. We're gonna make them a little bit more bigger down here though. I'm looking in the mirror straight ahead of me. And you can just be as creative as you want to be with this part of it. It doesn't have to look as cute and as it's crisp. You just want the drama, really and truly. And what I like about this water activated liner, when it dries matte, so you don't necessarily have to worry about it messing up or doing what it's not supposed to be doing. Actually, just adding a bunch of these signs, a bunch of gibberish actually. I'm gonna put a little bit under cleavage. Remember guys, we're gonna come in with what am I doing? H. What am I doing? A. Thank you guys for six likes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ooh. We're gonna use black as well. So don't even worry about it. Alright. Let's calm down. Let's take a chill pill. Let's put one little bit more here. Alright. Did we find the black? Yes, we did. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side, but we instead of using white, we're gonna be using black. Black. And the reason why we're using the liquid latex, not the liquid latex, the reason why we're using the water-based liner is because when it dries, it dries matte and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't transfer or nothing like that. And that's what you kind of want with that. So basically, you're going to do the same thing with the black. You don't have to be too precise with it. You can definitely have a bit of fun with this section. Don't take yourself too seriously. You're just adding H's and number signs. An A scattered in there somewhere. Yeah, I really, really like this so far. Adding a little bit more water to the paint, and we're just gonna go in. We're gonna do bigger ones on the cleavage area. As I said, it doesn't really matter how these turn out. This should be just a little bit scattered, a little bit all over the place. It really doesn't matter. Once they kind of just look distressed, that's all you want to see basically. And we're gonna just gonna keep it on that side. Now, we're gonna jump into that same red lip. This is from Fenty. And we're just gonna give ourselves that luscious blood red lips. We're just extending that lip out early. We're gonna jump into a detailed brush. Jump back into the Makeup by Mario palettes. You know what? No, let's not do that yet. Let's use the water activated liner because we want this to stay as long as possible. So I think using the water activated liner is definitely gonna help it. And I just want to give it a little bit of just a little bit of grunge on the sides. And remember, this doesn't have to look perfect. This doesn't have to look perfect at all. You can definitely play around with this part. I really don't have no moderators with me tonight at all. I'm just by myself. I'm by myself and nobody's talking to me. That's so sad. So sad. Okay. We need to add a little bit more water to brush. We're kind of extending the mouth just a tad bit. We're gonna add a little bit more of that red lipstick. Give me a second. I'm just gonna use this brush and just kind of ever so gently fade that lipstick out. Kind of similar to what we did with the under eye stuff. Yeah. I really like this, actually. I think it's pretty cute. I really like it. Going into that blood. Taking my finger and just tap that out. Let us take out the hair. yeah, I think this is it. Ow. I keep making everything fall tonight. I keep making everything fall down tonight, guys. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit more gel to the hair. Because I kind of want it to have more like a wet look. Whee. So we're gonna add that gel to kind of give it that wet look. For that little piece, a little struggling piece, try to get that little piece to kind of do something. I don't know. I'm just trying to set the hair. Remember, this is a Party City wig, guys. It's not no good quality hair or anything like that. So don't be too harsh on me for the hair. But for the most part, I think we kind of did it, honestly. She's grungy. Just adding that blood all over the shirt. Yeah. What do you guys think? Did you guys think they did a good job? Or what? Let me know. Because nobody is talking to me tonight. But I have 11 of you guys in here. Oh shit, I kind of messed that up a little while ago. But yeah. This is definitely the finished look, guys. I don't know about you, but this is the inspiration. This is what we did. I think we can go a little bit harder on the lips. What do you guys think? I think we can. We can add a little bit more drama to the lips. And how we're gonna do that? We're gonna use this blood. What I like about this blood, this is more of like a jelly textured blood. And it's just gonna add a little bit more dimension to what we have going on right here. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Alright. We're not gonna use that. We're gonna use a blood. We're gonna use a dark blood. From Miran, and it's their dark blood. Let's use some of that. This dry down as well, so I'm not too worried about it. Take the back of the brush. Let's literally add a little bit more drama to the lick by using this dark blood. We're gonna have this look dropping down. Yeah, we can let that drop down. Yeah. And you can let that dry up right there. Yeah, I really like that. I like that. Now we're gonna make our fake grills. First, I'm gonna try to cover the front teeth. We're using fold paper right now. Try to use the shiny side. Too big. Too big, too big, too big. So the trick is to bending all of the harsh, bending all of the harsh, so, and that's how we make our DIY grills. And we're gonna do that to the bottom teeth as well. We're gonna fold all of the rough edges. The edges will definitely irritate your gums. So we're just folding all of the rough edges. try it again. Ah. We're gonna be drinking some Rev. I'm gonna try some in my glass. We're taking a break, guys. We're actually done with the look completely. We're gonna take a little break. Just a little. Get some drinky, and then we're gonna say our goodbyes. And then I'm gonna jump off and take some pictures and all of that. For the people that were in here, thank you guys so much. Although most of you guys just watch me and don't, so it's difficult to talk with this fog paper in my mouth. But yeah, most of you guys watched me and didn't talk to me tonight, but that's okay. That is so refreshing. So refreshing. But guys, this is the finished look. Very deja vu. Very. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified. And until next time, remember I beat and I beat for the gods. Bye.